You're looking at a shirt you bought 3 weeks ago. Tag still on. You got it for 60% off, a steal. But right now, standing in your bedroom, you honestly don't know why you own it. It doesn't fit that well. You don't even like the color. And then this quiet, honest little question just surfaces. Did I actually want this? Or did I just want the discount? Your closet isn't just storing clothes anymore. It's quietly turned into a museum of little victories your reward system celebrated and your wardrobe never really needed. Most of us think we're buying a cheaper product. We're not. We're buying the feeling of winning. But here's the strange part. Why would this completely arbitrary gap between two numbers on a price tag make your brain feel like it just achieved something? The answer points to something genuinely startling. A discount doesn't just change how you think about price. It changes the whole story your brain tells itself about the thing you're holding in your hands. To really get this, we have to look at a piece of mental machinery that evolved way before money even existed. Your ancestors walked the savannah scanning for calories. A bush full of easy berries was a win. A risky beehive wasn't. Over time, brains learned to spot high-reward, low-effort resources and fired dopamine. Not a celebration molecule, more of an anticipation, a motivation signal that pushed them to act before someone else got there. Now, some researchers have proposed that the modern brain processes discounts in ways that closely mirror those ancient reward calculations, tapping into the same underlying circuitry. Fast forward to today. You walk into a store, see a tag, from $100 to under $50. Your brain treats that discount as a signal, a low-effort, high-value opportunity. That dopamine spike isn't about fabric. It's the same motivational push your ancestors felt spotting easy fruit. Neuroimaging studies back this up. Seeing a discount activates core reward regions, the same ones that light up when you win money. High prices, on the other hand, trigger pain-related areas like the insula, a real neural sting of paying. A discount dampens that pain, letting you feel the win more. Which means stores don't actually need to convince you a shirt is valuable. They just need to convince your brain the discount is. But the trap goes deeper. The discount doesn't just numb the pain. It can also change the way you perceive the product itself. We've known for years that price can shape perception. In one classic study, people who believed a wine was expensive rated it as tasting significantly better, even though it was exactly the same wine. The price changed the experience. Discounts can exploit that same tendency, making an ordinary product feel more valuable than it objectively is. So you're not just chasing a win, you're chasing what your brain now believes is a better product, even if nothing about the product has actually changed. And that's the crucial shift. Once your brain starts valuing the deal more than the object itself, you're no longer making a decision based purely on the product. You're reacting to the story wrapped around it. Economist Richard Thaler gave that shift a name: transaction utility. The joy you feel isn't from the product, it's from the deal itself. Imagine two stores selling the exact same television. One lists it at $500, the other lists it at $800, crossed out with a 40% off sticker, also $480. People often feel a much stronger urge to buy from the discount store. The deal just feels better. The reward system responds to the perceived bargain, not the usefulness of the item. Think Black Friday. Someone wrestles through a crowd for a half-price TV and feels like a hero. The television was never the point. The discount had become the prize. The product was just the souvenir you took home from the experience. Or consider the online version. You add $17 worth of things you never planned to buy just to save $4 on shipping. Somehow spending more feels like saving more. And then something even more surprising happens after the purchase. The discount doesn't just change what you buy, it can change how generous you feel afterward. Some research suggests that saving money on a purchase makes you feel so virtuous, so financially clever, that you subconsciously give yourself permission to be less careful, or even less generous. In one study, people who used a coupon at a restaurant left smaller tips. Their brain logged the money saved as a personal moral credit, and that credit made them feel they owed less to others. The discount didn't just shrink the bill, it quietly inflated their sense of being a responsible person, and that self-image then gave them license to act less responsibly. It's a quiet moral alchemy. Saving money in one moment makes you feel entitled to withhold it in the next. So let's piece together the full mechanism. A high anchor price sets a reference point and plants a suggestion of quality. The discount appears, and your brain computes the gap as a gain, sparking the reward system while damping the pain of paying. The excitement of the deal narrows your attention, making it hard to evaluate the product itself. You feel clever, victorious, and almost immediately, your brain hires itself as your defense attorney. Suddenly, every questionable purchase has an excellent explanation. It'll go with that jacket. I'll definitely use it this summer. Worst case, it's a backup. And once the purchase is made, the moral afterglow can quietly reshape your next choices, as if the discount handed you a psychological hall pass. Is there any defense? Are we doomed to be slaves to red stickers? Not at all. The moment you see the pattern, the spell weakens. The solution is surprisingly simple. Next time you feel that spike of excitement at a 30, 50, or 70% off sign, pause, take a literal breath, and ask yourself, if this thing had no discount, would I even be considering it? Would I take it to the register at full price? It's a surprisingly uncomfortable question. Your brain would often rather admire the crossed-out price one more time than answer it honestly. That one question shifts your attention back to the product itself. Maybe add a second thought. Is the high original price actually telling me something about quality, or is it just setting a trap? Because once you realize that a discount is not a property of the object, but a story your brain is telling you about the object, the story starts to lose its power. The goal isn't to never enjoy a good deal. A real discount on something you already intended to buy is genuinely smart. The goal is to notice when the deal has replaced the product entirely, to realize that the rush of dopamine isn't about saving money. It's about a primal part of your brain responding as if it just spotted an easy, valuable resource that needed to be claimed. A discount doesn't change the product. It changes the story your brain tells about the product. And the moment you can name that story, you can decide whether you want to keep being a character in it, or close the book, walk away, and keep your money for something you actually wanted all along.